Good morning, traders. Matrix here. Now, here's a quick recap of day 3 of my small account challenge version 2. It's 11:13. I've actually stopped trading for over half an hour now, and let's get on with it. I did take quite a few trades today. It's a red day for me, unfortunately. Looking back, 15 tickets, so that's already over trading. I took a little bit too many trade, broke some rules, and the day is down $31. Here's my opening account equity, and currently I'm sitting right here now. 15 tickets. The commissions with that would be real quick. Let me get a calculator out. 15 times 1.5, $22.50. So with commissions, I'm at my daily max loss today of $50. But it's $50. It's no big deal. It's not a lot of money, but if I'm going to be doing this challenge properly, I really need to start respecting my rules here. So here are the few trades I took today. The very easy one is Disney here. So let's take a look at that. Disney basically it had this uptrend going, okay, and inside this trick trade chat room, Trick calls out. He says, "Watch for the trend break on Disney," and lo and behold, it broke, and I basically took the trade. I took it at 10:06 at 113.26. So let's take a look at that. 10:06. When Trick called this out, I literally saw it break right here. When he says watch for the trend to snap, I change my chart to Disney right away, draw this trend line, and I'm watching, okay, trend snap, the stock ran, trend snap, and potential backside, right? So I basically took the trade, risking a little bit above this green candle right here. Now I took it at 113.26, which is right here. The next candle, it came down, great, and then my target was the VWAP, but it never got there. So as soon as it did this and this right here, I was already hesitating, and I was thinking, it's not working. It's not really dumping. These two are buyer's candle. I should get out soon. If it pops above, I'm not even gonna let it run up. And of course, the stock ran up afterwards. I got out at 10:10.23, which is this candle, this green candle, and I got out right before it popped. I literally got out right before it popped. So I basically made $3 on it. This is a scratch play. It's the commissions on the two tickets is $3. So there it is. So that's done. Next up, I want to talk about Foot Locker. Foot Locker was my green trade today. Okay, Foot Locker. I'm going to move this aside real quick here. I believe I took one trade on Foot Locker here. Let's scroll up a little bit. Yeah, so I bought Foot Locker. I sold half when it was working, and I sold the rest when I stopped out. So I bought it at 53 at 931.51. So Foot Locker yesterday, it was on my watch list. I was calling for drop and pop. Basically, it did exactly that. And pre-market, it came down, and then at the open, it tested, and then it pops. Now let's take a look at what I saw this morning. And I was watching. So Foot Locker bought at 53, 931.51. So this 931. So I was watching it open. Okay. This is the candle where I watched it. Let me see. 931.51. Yeah, I think this was the candle. No, this is the candle I entered. Sorry. TFS disconnected real quick, so just log back on. The candle I entered was this candle right here. Okay. Where did my tickets go? Are you kidding me? I lost all my tickets? Here they are. That's not cool. Lost. Okay. We can use this. Okay, so Foot Locker. There it is. Okay, we are back. Okay, so 9:31:51. Basically, I think this candle. What time is this? 9:32. So I basically saw this candle here. It was a buyer's candle. It came down and then it got bought back up. And then I basically just bought it at the highs of this candle, and I was risking 52.50 right here. And the next candle, it kind of scared me a little bit, but I held on. I saw that it was the 9 EMA was curling up, and then I basically just followed this through. And as soon as it made a pop here on this candle, I didn't take my profits. I had a chance to sell it right here, but I didn't. I ended up selling half at 53.53. So right here, this is where I sold it. Sold half here at the close of this candle. The next candle, it opened and did a little drop. We claimed 53.50, and I was sitting actually pretty comfortable in this trade. So I was thinking, okay, Foot Locker, it can get back up to 55 where it tested today, 54 where it tested today, and the opening price was actually 54.90s here. So that was my main goal, but it just never got there. And as soon as it starts dumping on my last half here, I got out at break even right on this candle. I got out right at 53, as you can see right here. I sold the rest to get out safely, and my P&L for Foot Locker. At a point, it was at around $30, but I didn't take it, and I just took half here. And at this point, the winnings got cut in half. But it is what it is. I tried for the big move; it never happened. Now, lo and behold, I mean, if we're watching Foot Locker here, still, you can see that eventually it did came back up and over and hit this 54 mark and even more, right? But if you look at the price action, it was really choppy and whipsawing. So there was no way anybody could have held through all this chop. It was just dangerous, in my opinion. But it is what it is. With the current market conditions being so volatile, it's really hard to hold this one trade all the way through. Okay, LB was my main watch. LB, I shorted out the gates here at 9:30:18. So let's take a look at that. It was literally the first candle. So is this the first candle? Yeah, this green candle. It was this green candle, and I shorted it right at the open. My thesis on it was that it was gonna have another red day, just like it did last time it had bad earnings. And at the open, when I shorted it right here, it actually looked pretty good. It dumped a little bit, and I shorted it, and however, the volume never kicked in. So within that few seconds, it popped up on me. I was risking 28.50, right? The risk was very tight, basically 10 to 15 cents. So I stopped out right away because I saw that it was there were no volume. This trade brought me back to remembering a few weeks ago when I played TripAdvisor at the Open, and the volume never came in. So I'm thinking, okay, this is a little sketchy. So I got out real quick for uh, for a small loss of $15 here, and my thesis was to stop out at 28.50 anyways, right? um Last night on the watch list I said watch 29 and 28.50 as well. So my first trade out of the Open did not work, which is absolutely fine. And then the next trade at 9:32:06 here, when the volume came right back in, I kind of chased it again as it snapped, and I got in at 28.31. So I got in about right here. Yeah, this is it. So let's mark that off. This trade was a pretty emotional trade for me, actually. Let's take a look. This is the exact mark that I got in. So as this bar was coming down, I'm thinking, okay, volume's kicking in now. LB is watching, it's working, and it's working according to my plan. And my first target is 28, so I chased it, and it came down. And when it did come down, uh, the next cover, once again, I used 28.50s as my risk. I used this mark as my risk a little bit above. And as it came down, it just stopped, right? And because I was sticking to my plan, I thought this thing was working. I held it through. It came back up, popped up here, got sold off, and I was sitting pretty comfortable then. And then I was just watching it and letting it run. Now, where did I cover here on LB? 28.57 at 9:44. So this candle, it basically stopped me out. I set a hard stop on it. I saw that the stock was working in my favor for the next few minutes. So I'm like, okay, this is gold. It's working to my thesis. I'm sticking to my plan. Set that hard stop. And once I did, at 9:44, I got stopped out on this big pop. No big deal. I traded my plan, so it is what it is. And hence, I took the loss here. Two trades on LB. I took the loss of 27.50, and it is what it is. Okay. Next up, we have SQ, and this is going to be my last trade for the day on SQ here. So let's wait for the charts to change real quick. Okay, SQ. What happened? SQ, I shorted at 9:41.10. So let's take a look at that. It's right in here. So this is the candle where I shorted. I saw that the stock came down. It made a red to green move. It was a second candle under yesterday's closing price. So I chased it once again. Now 61.37, where is that price? 61.37. So basically right here is where I shorted on this candle. I saw it was basically a red to green, or a green to red move kind of play. And I shorted it. It did come down. My target was 60. I mean, if you're looking at this, yes, it came down quite a bit. The low of this candle was 60.80. So how much did I gain there? 37 plus 20, so 57 cents. But I didn't take my profits. Okay, and my risk was a little bit above this. If the stock reclaimed this this green to red line, so I didn't take my profits. It popped back up on me. It got sold off again. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it's gonna work this time. But then next candle, it popped right through and it stops me out. And I ended up covering at 62.14 at 9:45. So basically, this next candle, it popped right through, and I still didn't trust it too, right? Because my risk was a little bit above the previous high, so around here. And when this popped, I didn't trust it. I thought it was a cover pop. Next candle, it opened up, tested, and came back down. And as I saw this come back down and hold this yesterday's closing price again and started to slowly grind back up, I just took it out. I'm like, okay, it reclaimed, it confirmed, I'm getting out. And I took a small hit here, right? See, SQ shorted, yeah, and then took it off. Yeah, I took a small loss. And then what happened was 9:49, I shorted it again. So let's take a look at 9:49. This candle right here. And I shorted it at 61.67. Once again, the thesis was the green to red move. So I shorted right here. And it came down. It came down, it flushed. I paid myself a little bit at 61.16, which is, I believe it was this candle, 9:51. Okay, for this candle, I paid myself right around near the bottoms here, and I took 3/4 off. And then the next candle, it shot up. Once I paid myself here, I was I set a hard stop. I paid myself 3/4, so 37 shares of the 50, and then I set a hard stop. And I was thinking, okay, 61.75 cent mark. I'll do a stop loss a little bit above. My entry was 67, and I only have 13 cents left. So eventually, I got stopped out, and I got stopped out on this candle right here at 9:55.03 when it popped back up. So it wasn't a great win. It was, however, a small win, and it is what it is. Once again, we are in a very choppy market. It's just so difficult to hold the move long. It's more of a scalpy kind of market. Um, but that's all my trades today, and that's it. Took a loss. I was looking at it and I saw 15 tickets. I know it was time to call it because basically if I had traded anymore, it would be massive over trading and that would be breaking a major rule. Um, a lot of the plays I took today, I did stick to my plan. The thesis was pretty on point, but it just didn't work out. So I'm not going to fret about it. If I'm looking at SQ right now, after this trade, I saw it come back up and slam back down, and then I saw it VWAP tag. And I know that in my previous couple of recaps, I said I was only going to trade this VWAP slab setup. However, because I've already over traded for the day, I didn't pay attention to the setup and I didn't take it. It did chop around a bit. It got through the VWAP, got slapped down, VWAP again, and then slapped down, VWAP again, and then eventually it got slapped down some more. So this could have been a trade anywhere from here down to here could have been a trade. This would have been the setup that I was looking for, that I set a rule for myself to trade. But no, I didn't do it. I didn't follow my rules, and I traded excessively on other setups. Um, However, they weren't bad trades in my opinion. They were just basically didn't work to my plan. So that's my recap for the day. If you guys liked the video and enjoy watching my content, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and have a great day, guys. Thank you.